Living on an island surrounded by the sea and ocean, I grew up loving what comes with it, and that includes various seafood. In March, I went to the open sea and saw a couple of plastic containers floating around. Then it hit me. If animals ate those plastic pieces and I consumed that seafood, then would I ingest those pieces of plastic? Allow me to introduce you to the type of plastic we eat daily, microplastics. As the name suggests, microplastics are plastic particles smaller than 5 millimeters. In Microplastics in the Ecosphere, a book by Finitich and Professor Prosidus mentions that seafood, sea salt, and even our drinking water contains microplastics. These tiny plastic particles end up on the dinner plates of our houses in multiple ways. Dr. Dunham Chiham and Dr. Arienzo explain that microplastics, due to their size, are especially hard to clean up and recycle. Animals tend to mistake plastic pollutants for food. Thus, as animals are eaten, plastic ends up in our bodies. The ingested microplastics increases our cell toxicity and relocates our tissues. Moreover, according to the National Library of Medicine, microplastics chemical release can also leave our cells defenseless, weakening our immune system. However, apart from food consumption, we also intake microplastics through drinking from plastic bottles and air inhalation. Nevertheless, compared to cell damage, cancer is far more frightening. As specified by Keter, a biologist researcher, cells exposed to microplastics can spread faster. This is due to microplastics' ability to multiply even when a cell divides in two, making it harder to eliminate. Dr. Rosenberg, a member of the Institute of Medicine, explains that microplastics can also cause hormone blockage. With properties exposed, they can cause breast cancer. As stated by breastcancer.org, an organization dedicated to supporting women with breast cancer, all plastics have BPA, a chemical added to all plastics manufactured since 1950. Furthermore, BPA causes cancer, but may also potentially cause mental illness to a child in a pregnant mother's womb. Pregnant women with a higher BPA level may have their child with higher risk of depression, anxiety, and other symptoms. Another significant issue is microplastics' harmful effect on lung airways. A study conducted by researcher Prada in 2018 shows those exposed to microplastics experience airway inflammation. The National Library of Medicine states pollutant in the air led to the discovery of microplastics in our lung tissues. 23% of our microplastics being polypropylene, a component used for plastic products. The remaining percentage is 18% polyethylene terephthalate, a 15% resin. At this point, some would say that a plastic bottle of water doesn't produce many microplastics, therefore it isn't deadly. However, new studies state otherwise. Research in 2018 conducted by Dr. Sherry Manson at the State University of New York at Fredonia suggests that water of 93% plastic bottle contains approximately 325 plastic particles, 22 times more than those in tap water. Recently, a newer study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science found an average of 240,000 particles in a 1-liter bottle, confirming plastic bottles contain significant amounts of microplastics. However, scientists are uncertain about how many particles will cause a human body to react negatively. I think it's very safe to say that your body doesn't know what to do with it. It's going to treat it as a foreign substance in some way, shape, or form, and so that could lead to a whole slew of different outcomes, states Dr. Sherry Manson. Furthermore, ecotoxicologist Leah Benhill explains that different microplastics includes various chemicals and components, each harming our bodies differently. While microplastics remain a considerable threat to our world, you can take action. People, including you and me, can use less plastic and recycle it correctly. Greenpeace, a global campaign, argues that cutting back on plastic is realistic. I have already taken on a simple action from switching from a plastic water bottle to a metal one. Microplastics has several adverse effects on our health, causing cell damage, spreading cancer cells, and lung inflammation. The next time you drink or eat from a plastic container, I want you to think again about the tiny plastic particles traveling up your bloodstream. Thank you.